The Huracan is dead, and Lamborghini just revealed the car that will take its place. It's low, it's wide, and aggressive just like a Lambo should be, but this one's different, like very different. Yeah. This is the Temerario, the raging baby bull ready to take on the McLaren Artura, the Ferrari 296 GTB, and the homegrown hero, the 1,000+ horsepower Corvette ZR1, which is projected to cost less money than this and have more horsepower than all of its competitors. So, is this Temerario enough? Is it a worthy successor to the Gallardo and the world-changing Huracan? Well, you're about to find out. Like, subscribe, and let's go! Let's kick things off with what everyone really cares about. What's under the hood, or should I say, what's under, behind, and in front of the hood. Let me explain, because unlike its predecessors, the Huracan and Gallardo, which screamed with some of the world's most godlike naturally aspirated V10s, the Temerario, which means reckless in Italian, is taking a bold step towards downsizing with its new twin-turbocharged 4-liter V8. But Lamborghini didn't just stop there. They paired that powerhouse with three electric motors. Hence my stupid under, behind, and in front joke. But what does this translate to in terms of power? Well, the V8 alone pumps out an insane 789 horses. And that is a lot, considering the Huracan it replaces only ever got about 631 horses in its most wicked variation, the track-ready Huracan STO. That's more than 150 horsepower bump just in raw engine performance alone. But this engine is much more interesting than just its numbers. We're talking a flat plane crankshaft, titanium connecting rods, as well as design and engineering born from their extensive motorsport experience. Combined, that makes this engine as light, powerful, and responsive as possible. And oh yeah, can you guess how high it revs? I'll give you 2 seconds. 10,000 RPM. That puts this thing in at least the top 5 highest revving production cars of all time, if I'm not mistaken. You got the Dot 50, and you got the Valkyrie, and you got what else out there? Let us know below. Oh, and yeah, remember the turbos? The two of them, they're cranking out a massive 36.3 PSI of boost. Just try pushing that in your WRX. That'll buff out, right? But I have to apologize because I might have misled you with all this engine talk, because the 738 horsepower isn't the Temerario's true output. That is revealed when you factor in the 3 electric motors that work in concert. Together, the total output of the Temerario skyrockets to a mind-blowing 907 horsepower. Forget that 150 horsepower difference from the STO, we're now up to nearly 300. 2 of these electric motors are mounted on the front axle, giving the car precise all-wheel drive capability, while the third motor is hiding, nestled between the V8 and the gearbox. This setup isn't just about adding power though. It smooths out gear shifts, obliterates turbo lag, and delivers instant torque from a standstill. And that, ladies and gentlemen, leads to smiles per mile. So yes, it is a hybrid, which now makes Lamborghini's entire lineup completely hybrid-fied. Hybridized? Hyboris? I don't know. Normally, I'd say that this is a little sad to see, but I think the raw performance of a 900 horsepower Lamborghini probably makes up for it. Anyways, what does all this power do for the Temerario? Well, in short, these numbers are downright jaw-dropping. Lamborghini claims this beast can catapult from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.7 seconds. And when it does come to top speed, this machine does not disappoint, clocking in a claimed 213 miles per. But this is a supercar. It needs to go around corners just as well as it goes down a drag strip. That's exactly why Lamborghini designed a new trick torque vectoring system. Very simply, those front-mounted electric motors can deliver power to each individual wheel with surgical precision, and even make them spin at different rates at any point in time. Kind of like a continuously variable differential, if you will. Torque vectoring systems are super versatile as they allow incredible agility in tight corners and rock-steady handling in high-speed bends, not to mention ridiculous amounts of corner exiting grip. And while we're on the topic of driving dynamics, the Temerario comes with 5 different driving modes: Sita, Strada, Sport, Corsa, and Corsa Plus, tailored for everything from daily driving to full throttle track action. But Lamborghini, they didn't stop there. You silly? You also get 3 settings for the electric motors: recharge, hybrid, and performance. And for those folks with a death wish, there's also drift mode with 3 different levels of adjustment that control how much sideways angle you get. Pretty nuts. You know what else is nuts though? The design, because with a Lamborghini, it's just as important as the performance. Of course though, design is subjective. We say it all the time, and you may not like how it looks, but you can't deny it is certainly true to the brand image. Short overhangs, lots of sharp angles that you can cut your thumb on, and design cues that hark back to previous iconic models. I mean, just take a look at the taillights. Countach anyone? I think so. And those side vents? That is pure Aventador adrenaline, if I've ever seen it. And the overall wedge shape is, well, wedgy. Just should be, right? But not everything you see here is purely for aesthetics, because our Italian friends wanted this to be as aerodynamic as possible. Up front, you'll notice the aggressive daytime running lights. Not only are they positioned just barely above the ground, but they have an integrated air tunnel channel that funnels cool air directly to the brakes. As you move along to the sides, your eye is drawn to those massive Aventador air intakes just ahead of the rear wheels. Unsurprisingly, these intakes aren't just for show. They feed air into the 10,000 RPM V8, and they're complemented by additional ducts along the B-pillar area and behind the side windows. And the rear. I'm a rear guy, and it gets a little bit steamy. The Temerario is showing some serious skin with that exposed rear tire design, and I gotta say, I'm kinda liking it a lot. I think more manufacturers should do this. This is like pure race car. But just like the other parts of the car, it's not just party. There are other serious businesses going on back there, with things like a fixed spoiler, a wide diffuser, and some additional venting for the beast of an engine. But design and subjectivity aside, if you are the kind of person that has the money to reserve one of these baby bulls, well, you're gonna want yours to be one of a kind. And Lamborghini offers some serious customization potential with this car. Now, it debuted with two stunning paint colors, Blue Marinas and Verde Mercurius. But that's just the tip of the green iceberg. Through Lamborghini's Ad Personam customization division, owners will have access to over 400 colors and special liveries. So let's just say a prayer right now for the inevitable YouTuber-owned Temerarios. May you always escape shockingly ugly color combinations. Something I wouldn't know about. Anyways, there's even more cool shit. Wheels can be optioned in 3 distinct designs, all featuring 20-inch rims up front and 21-inch rims in the rear, wrapped in high-performance Bridgestone Potenza Sport or Potenza Race tires. And if you're all about shaving off every possible pound, the Allegerita, which kind of rhymes with margarita, is a package for you. The lightweight option includes a carbon fiber reinforced front splitter, side skirts, and rear lid, plus carbon fiber door panels and even polycarbonate windows. All told, this spicy margarita package sheds you up to 55 pounds, making the Temerario even more of a track weapon. So now what? We've covered performance, design, customization. I mean, what else do you want to know about this car? Well, Lamborghini told me that you would like to know that it is practical as well, because the Temerario is aiming to be a much better daily driver than its predecessors. Yeah, daily driving a supercar. What a life. The interior includes a ton more storage than the old Huracan, and also has an inch more legroom and headroom thanks to the new aluminum space frame chassis. That might not seem like a lot, but in a low-slung supercar like this, it makes a world of difference. Unsurprisingly, they offer all the nice materials like carbon fiber, leather, and Alcantara. And the seats are not only 18-way adjustable, but they're also heated and ventilated, making them comfortable in all types of temperatures. And then there is the technology. The driver is greeted by a big foot-wide digital gauge cluster that displays all the information that you need at a glance, while the passenger gets their own 9.1-inch screen to play with. The centerpiece, though, is an 8.4-inch touchscreen that controls the infotainment system, which has a bunch of features. None more intriguing than the new dashcam feature that Lamborghini is calling a memories recorder. Yes, this will let you capture and relive up to 2 minutes of the most thrilling driving moments or the best of road rage. Depends on when you decide to use it. Now, on the surface, any new supercar unveiling, it's exciting. A new shiny toy we all get to talk about and enjoy, but the Temerario symbolizes so much more for Lamborghini as a brand, because honestly, there's not a ton of hybrid precedents for this car. There was, of course, the extremely limited production Sion back in 2019, and in 2023, we got the hybrid Aventador replacement, the Revuelto. And while yes, they are both hybrid powertrain supercars, and neither are even remotely accessible, with the Revuelto, for example, costing more than $600,000. The Temerario, on the other hand, is going to be the new entry-level supercar and cost around half of what the Revuelto does. It's going to be the one most people come in contact with and experience, and that's a lot of pressure to put on a new car. But will it be able to sway buyers from just buying the most likely cheaper and more powerful Corvette ZR1? Yes, absolutely. If you're looking to buy a Lamborghini, you're buying much more than just the performance figures. You're buying global recognition, exclusivity, and a bona fide supercar. While the ZR1, while it has supercar performance, doesn't necessarily have the intangible supercar pedigree to put it in the same class. You see, the Gallardo was the first try at a modern, more mass market type car. The Huracan improved on that concept and became their best-selling vehicle ever. 20,000 total units in just 10 years. And now the Temerario has to continue that legacy they have built over the last 20 years. Not to mention, the Temerario is the final nail in the internal combustion coffin for Lamborghini. Yes, it does have a gas engine in there, but it's got electric motors. And now that every model they sell is a hybrid, it makes it even more difficult for them ever to consider backtracking and building a more analog type car. By 2035, EU regulations state all production cars will be electric. And seeing as we only get a new Lambo every 10 or so years, I think you're picking up what I'm throwing down. Because there's a real chance, folks, this will be it. And it's a daunting thought. But what we do know so far, this new replacement looks pretty damn cool. And maybe, just maybe, it'll outshine the cars that came before it and be crowned the king of the baby supercar market, taking on the likes of the V6 hybrid Ferrari 296 GTB, the featherweight McLaren Artura, and Michigan's finest ZR1 Vet. We're just gonna have to wait and see. The Temerario is expected to go on sale early 2025. Let's cross our fingers and toes that Lamborghini made the right choices. So what do you think? Will the V8 hybrid powertrain deter people, or will the performance outshine any marks against it? Let us know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out this video over here, or whatever YouTube recommends you watch next down here. I'm Brad, this is Ideal. We'll see you next week, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.